Alright everybody, welcome back to another video of Wasted Potential. Today we have probably one of the most controversial cards in all of Clash Royale history, I think. It's Firecracker. And why don't we just go ahead and get straight into it. But before we can get straight into all that, I just want to let you guys know, if you can hit that subscribe button, that'll be amazing. And I'll keep posting. I'll try to keep posting more frequently. And before you guys ask, yes, I did the doodles myself. That's why they look so crappy. Anyways, back to the video. Now, based on her level 11 stats, she looks like a really valuable unit. Overall, nothing really looks out of the ordinary, you know. It is like a level 11 stats, so it's really not that bad. But yeah, and I'll make sure I have gameplay in the background to, like, I guess keep you guys like entertained while I rant about why she is controversial and if she had wasted or not wasted potential. Now here's my opinion. Firecracker is a 3 elixir costing unit, which makes her roughly the size of about a spell in Clash Royale, like Earthquake, Log, Arrows, Fireball, Zap, Lightning. Well, Lightning is kind of a high costing one. Anyways, so Firecracker is almost basically like a spell. She is the embodiment of a spell. Since she's kind of like an embodiment of a spell, she has like spell. She's basically like a troop that's a spell, because she shoots a firecracker and that it, like, once it explodes, there's little pellets that expand and that hits the enemies in the back, kind of like how arrows target a certain area of range. Firecracker does that, but she's basically just like a full unit. And the fact that she can hit air troops as well as ground troops is what makes her a really valuable card for only being 3 elixir. I mean, what is wrong about Firecracker, and like, what makes her controversial? Well, what I think is that the fact that when 2v2s, you know, because 2v2s, a lot of people play 2v2s in Clash Royale. When Firecracker first released, people realized that the pellet can hit the king's tower and activate their tower. And I think that's what people really got upset about, was the fact that the king's tower would get activated by a pellet from the firecracker. And that's why people are saying, well, if she can do that, that's kind of like costing the game, because without the king's tower activation, it'd be easier to take out a crown tower. But it's not really that easy. You're either gonna take a crown tower and activate the king's tower, or your crown tower is gonna get taken, and you wouldn't even done that much damage to their crown tower. So I can see why people hate on Firecracker, because she kind of makes you play at a disadvantage if you don't play the card right, or if the troops know how to activate the opponents. If the opponents know how to activate their crown tower without their king's tower, without really having to take damage from the crown tower. But honestly, people are overreacting. For being a 3 elixir costing unit and to have like a really, really good form of attack, because a direct hit does a lot of freaking damage. And let's not ignore the fact that the pellets do damage as well, costing them to be like the enemies that are behind the main troop low. That's honestly pretty good. I mean, I would put Firecracker on my team if she could take down hordes of skeleton armies, goblin gangs, or minions, you know? I would want that. I would risk the King's Tower activation for a literal unit that can take out a horde with less of an issue. And Evo Firecracker is really good. She has a lot of great like value. She has a really great value because Evo Firecracker, the direct hit does a lot of damage, and the fact that it kind of like burns the areas, so the pellets also become like a flammable thing. That's really freaking amazing. That's really good because the damage over time is actually pretty crazy, and the fact that it also affects Crown Tower and King's Tower is really good. I feel like she really needed that evolution, since she was kind of dying down because she could, be killed by spells pretty easily. I think Firecracker is honestly a really good unit, and that people are just hating on her too much because she kind of costs the game. But overall, there are some times where she does kind of like suck, but in my opinion, she's actually a pretty decent unit with having the base stats of level 11 for both Evo and not Evo. They're honestly pretty alright, it's not that bad. She's not a bad unit. Now, I know what you're thinking. We came to see if she was wasted potential or not for this rant session. Well, guess what? In my opinion, she is not wasted potential. That is right, you heard me correctly, and I stand by that opinion proudly. She is not a wasted potential. She is not a useless character. She can take down hordes of enemy troops. She does really good damage. Even being like in lower arenas, I would definitely recommend using her. She's honestly a really solid unit, and she deserves more love instead of more hate because she's really good. She does pretty decent damage. She's a really good unit for being just a 3 costing elixir, and she also has an evolution. I mean, looking at it from a biased perspective, I think you could see from where I'm coming from why she's actually a pretty decent unit. But if you were unbiased, because I wouldn't know that because I stand by Firecracker, I think you would look at it from both perspectives. Like, yeah, I can see why she's pretty bad and why almost nobody would want to use her. Or, yeah, I can see why everybody uses the card, or why people think she's really good, In my opinion, she's 80% complete to her full potential. She is honestly a really good unit. When she first came out, she was actually pretty, not broken, but she was actually pretty, a good card. And I managed to max her out the moment she came out. Yeah, that's something that I'm not really proud of. And I have her level 14, and I think, yeah, I'm kind of close to getting her to 15. So, yeah, hate me all you want, sue me all you want. I don't care. She's a good unit, and I think it's time to stop the hate. Remember, guys, just because the unit is good and can perform terribly at sometimes doesn't make the card bad or good. It overall just depends on how you use it and how you play the card. Like and subscribe for some more wasted potential or not. I know this was a short video, but hey, what can I say? I'm on a tight schedule.